Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome everybody to another episode of Keys Boxing Gym Talk. I'm your host, K-Rob216. Thank you guys for tuning in today, man. Hope everybody is enjoying themselves. Me personally, in my city, it's a fair 50 degrees outside. It's better than the brutal winter that we had, the most brutal winter that I've ever witnessed growing up in this city. But we're going to talk about something, some good news, some very good news that I'm excited about. There's been speculation, there's been reports, and there's coming from a lot of sources, good sources, that Boots Ennis is in negotiations to take on Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas is the unified WBO, WBA 154-pound champion, man, and this is a big step up for both fighters. Like I said, Boots Ennis, he took on Lima. I forgot the man's first name. He was 14-1. He's 14-2 now. The dude that Boots had went up to weight in his first fight at 154 pounds. And he took him on, knocked him out in the first round. He got a lot of criticism for that fight because he didn't fight nobody tougher. I think if the fight would have went on like a few more rounds or something like that, I don't think people wouldn't have been complaining. But since it was a first round knockout, people saying that was an easy fight that Boots Ennis didn't need to take, especially with him being 35-0. It's gonna be a great fight, Xander Zayas and Boots Ennis. I'm kind of leaning towards Boots Ennis because he's more athletic. We've barely seen Boots in a lot of trouble in the fight, even though he gets hit a lot. The fight before Lima, he did take on Stanionis, got rid of Stanionis. He looked very impressive in that fight. This fight with Xander Zayas, I do expect him to win. I do expect him to win convincingly, but I could be wrong, though, because Xander Zayas is a fighter. He is a warrior. But he tends to get fatigued late in the fight and stuff like that, So, and I have all the faith in the world that this fight is going to happen. And because Bob Arum just signed an 8 to 10 days a year deal with DAZN, so it's like a lot of people are coming together to fight under one network. Top Rank, we got Golden Boy, we got Matchroom and stuff like that. So this is making the fights easier to make. And then being that Bob is an old school, Bob Arum, CEO of Top Rank, he's an old school promoter. He's going to put on the best fights. He doesn't protect his fighters. I said this over and over again. I've never heard of Bob really protecting a fighter and stuff like that, man. So, he put on the best fights from back in the day, man. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Thomas Hearns, Oscar De La Hoya versus Ike Cortez, the Pernell Whitakers, and that was his money, his breadwinner up Top Rank at the time. So I'm confident that this fight is going to happen. This is going to be a big step up for Xander Zayas. Like I said, a big step up for Boots Ennis. I think Boots Ennis' athleticism is going to get him out of a lot of trouble in this fight. But I could be wrong, though. Xander Zayas is a warrior, and he is naturally the bigger man. So this is going to be a fight that's going to, a lot of people are going to be happy about. I'm going to be happy about. This going to be on DAZN. DAZN is saving the boxing world by signing out, all these promotions under, for a TV deal and stuff like that. I'm happy about it, man. I thought that they were going to go in a different direction. Everybody that thought that, that Boots Ennis was going to fight Virgil Ortiz. A lot of people are disappointed about that because of the lawsuit that he lost or whatever against Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter, Virgil Ortiz. I'm talking about. Me personally, man, I was one of the ones that was kind of happy that this fight didn't happen yet. Let this fight bake. Don't let it bake too much. Let these fighters get some belts under there. Get some belts. Boots Ennis, like I said, I expect him to win. He's going to, if he win, I'm hypothetically speaking, but I think he's going to win. He's going to be the unified WBO and WBA 154-pound champion. Virgil Ortiz, I hate that he has to sit out and wait. Maybe him and Oscar De La Hoya, they can come to an agreement to get him fighting again real soon. Let him win the championship. I do think he can beat Sebastian Fendor if he stays focused and take that killer instinct. And match it against Sebastian Fendor, who I think lacks killer instinct when he gets knocked down. So we just got to see what happens, man. But I think that fight is going to happen. Two undefeated fighters. Just let them, up the ante a little bit, man. Let them have something to bring to the table. And that's going to be those belts. Bring that ring championship in there, too. So we can have a lineal 154-pound champion. That's what I think. I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy that that this fight is not happening right now. Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis. That this fight happened between him and Xander Zayas and stuff, man. So I'm happy about this, man. And that's all my time right now. I am probably gonna drop a part two. I drop another video anyway. I'm not going to do it for part two, especially not on this subject. Something else that I got in mind that I'm going to drop today. Man, let me know what you guys think, man. Like and subscribe, man, and I will talk to you guys later on today.